It's my honor and my pleasure to present this Webby for Best Actor to Steve Buscemi.
Gratitude, honored, Louis, love you.
Steve Buscemi stands out in Hollywood not just for his look, but for his unique choice of roles. From his sneaky character in Reservoir Dogs to the tough Nucky Thompson in Boardwalk Empire, he's known for playing roles that stick to the memory. What's special about Steve is how his real-life background, including his time as a firefighter in New York, adds a touch of reality to his roles. It also helps his character feel more genuine and interesting. Steve has quite a range, as his career is a mix of big movies and smaller indie films. He's also stepped behind the camera to direct and produce, proving his talent does not stop at acting. Whether he's playing a criminal, a comic figure, or a complex leader, Steve has a way of always adding something special to his films and shows. All these make him a beloved figure in the world of entertainment. With Steve wearing so many hats, one can only imagine how much luxury these endeavors afford him. You might have to watch this video to the end to get a glimpse into his luxurious lifestyle.
Buscemi.
Before that, it's only fair to hit the nail on the head about how Steve came to prominence. Steve comes from a close-knit family of Italian-American descent. Born to John Buscemi, a sanitation worker, and Dorothy, who was a hostess, Steve grew up in Brooklyn, New York, with 3 brothers. He was deeply influenced by his family's work ethic and their supportive nature. Before he found fame in Hollywood, Steve worked a variety of odd jobs that gave him a rich background of experiences to draw upon in his acting career. Growing up in a blue-collar family, he wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty and worked several different jobs to make ends meet. One of his earliest jobs was as a firefighter for the New York City Fire Department, a role he'd held from 1980 to 1984 with Engine Company No. 55 in the Little Italy district of Manhattan. This job had a lasting impact on Steve, who remains involved with firefighter charities and advocacy efforts to this day. In addition to firefighting, Steve took on other roles that were less physically demanding, but no less interesting. He worked as an ice cream truck driver, which he's mentioned in interviews as an enjoyable yet challenging job due to the constant presence of kids eager for ice cream. He also worked as a furniture mover and a gas station attendant, jobs that kept him on his feet and interacting with all sorts of people. Steve's stint as a stand-up comedian during his early days in New York City also shaped his performance skills. Although he didn't pursue comedy as a career, the experience of live performance and dealing with immediate audience reactions was invaluable. These jobs, while far from the glamour of Hollywood, helped to ground Steve for real-world experiences, providing a foundation of authenticity that he would later bring to his diverse and often eccentric roles on screen. Subsequently, Steve re-embarked on a path towards civil service, volunteering as a firefighter once again in 2001 before his passion for acting started paying off. Steve's breakout roles in films like Reservoir Dogs and Fargo, and his work with directors like Quentin Tarantino and the Coen brothers, have made him a notable figure in American cinema. His character portrayals often feature quirky, unconventional personalities that have become iconic. Beyond his film career, Steve has had significant roles on television, notably as Enoch Nucky Thompson in HBO's Boardwalk Empire, for which he received critical acclaim, including 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards, a Golden Globe, and 2 Primetime Emmy nominations. Apart from being an actor, Steve is equally a renowned director with years of experience. His directorial efforts include works like Trees Lounge and Interview, showing his versatility behind the camera. Despite his success in Hollywood, Steve has kept close ties to his roots, which speaks to his depth of character and commitment to the community. With such a knack for trying out new things, one would think Steve always has things figured out, but far from it. He's openly discussed his insecurities about his appearance, notably when Seth MacFarlane humorously targeted his distinctive looks in an episode of Family Guy. Despite this, Steve's response to the joke shows a level of self-awareness and acceptance of his unique features. Luckily for him, he was blessed with a loving wife, Jo Andres, who was a great influence in his life. She was not only his partner, but also a major artistic inspiration. Sadly, Andres passed away in 2019 after battling ovarian cancer. Steve has spoken candidly about the profound impact her illness and passing had on him, describing the intense emotional pain and isolation he felt during and after her illness. He noted the communal aspect of grief during the pandemic, mentioning that the shared global struggle made his personal grief feel less isolating. Their relationship was notably strong, with Andres being Steve's biggest supporter and inspiration. Steve credits her as a significant influence, both personally and professionally. In a touching tribute, he spoke of her strength and presence even in her final moments, expressing a desire to face his own ends with the same courage and presence that she showed. As an actor, Steve's roles in major films have certainly added to his wealth. Movies like Fargo from 1996 and Con Air from 1997 were both commercially successful and boosted his profile significantly. Fargo grossed over $60 million worldwide, while Con Air raked in over $224 million globally. His work in these films showcases his ability to blend character depth with the demands of higher-budget productions. He's not just a one-hit wonder either. He's been consistently working and making smart choices for decades, from indie films to blockbuster movies and hit TV series. Steve's earnings per role can be quite varied, but to give you a sense of what he might make for a TV show, he reportedly earned about $75,000 per episode for his role on Boardwalk Empire. This kind of number puts him in a pretty good position among television actors, especially for high-profile shows. His earnings for movie roles aren't as widely reported, but given his status and the types of projects he tends to be involved with, it's likely substantial as well. Steve Buscemi's net worth, estimated at around $35 million as of 2024, showcases the financial rewards of a successful acting and directing career in Hollywood. His iconic roles in films like Reservoir Dogs and Fargo, along with his work behind the camera, have not only made him a well-known figure in the entertainment industry, but also provided him with the means to secure a comfortable lifestyle. The opportunities afforded by his substantial earnings have allowed Steve to engage in various ventures beyond acting. While not much is publicly known about lavish expenditures or investments, his earnings have undoubtedly given him the flexibility to choose roles that align with his artistic vision rather than purely financial motives. Aside from the proceeds of his blockbuster movies, Steve has also earned money through endorsement deals and advertising contracts. His distinctive persona and wide recognition have made him a desirable figure for commercial campaigns. He's had different endorsement deals over the years. Most recently, his collaboration with the New York clothing brand Kith for their Spring 2022 collection definitely turned some heads. It's always intriguing when a well-known actor like Steve, who has such a distinctive on-screen presence, steps into the fashion world. For this collection, he not only modeled but also brought his quintessential New York vibe to the campaign, which really added an authentic touch that fans and fashion enthusiasts alike appreciated. The partnership was a bit of a departure from his film roles, yet it seemed to fit perfectly with Kith's brand ethos, which often includes collaborations that blend different aspects of culture, be it sports, music, or cinema. Kith, founded by Ronnie Feig, is known for these culturally resonant collaborations, so having Steve, a true New York icon, was a brilliant move. Similarly, Steve's collaboration with Beats Audio for their wireless headphones is another notable endorsement deal he's involved with. In this partnership, Steve lends his iconic persona to the marketing of the Beats Studio Pro wireless headphones. This collaboration seems to leverage Steve's distinctive appeal and broad fan base to attract a diverse audience to Beats' innovative audio products. The emphasis on high-quality sound performance and user-friendly features reflects Steve's attention to detail and his commitment to delivering quality, much like his acting. Steve has also teamed up with Michelob Ultra in a lively Super Bowl campaign that celebrates an active and social lifestyle, perfect for those who enjoy their fitness as much as their social life. This year's campaign features a mix of celebrities, including Steve, in various playful and high-energy scenarios that underscore the brand's message of living life to the fullest while enjoying a superior light drink. This collaboration is part of a broader strategy by Michelob Ultra to connect with a diverse audience through engaging content that highlights their commitment to both sports and leisure. A perfect match for their products that's low in calories and carbs but high on flavor. While Steve has enjoyed a successful career in Hollywood, he's not exactly the poster child for the flashy, luxurious lifestyles often associated with movie stars. Known for his more reserved and private nature, Steve hasn't made headlines with extravagant real estate purchases or a collection of high-end homes. What is known is that Steve has long made his home in Brooklyn, New York, not far from where he grew up. He's lived in a historic townhouse in the Park Slope neighborhood, a choice that speaks to his preference for comfort and community over sprawling estates or flashy addresses. This home, like his career choices, reflects a certain authenticity and a connection to his roots. Rather than splurging on mansions or expensive properties around the globe, it seems Steve's successful career has allowed him to invest in a home that values location and cultural richness over sheer luxury. His residence in Brooklyn provides a stable base from which he engages with both his professional projects and his personal interests, particularly in the arts and his community. Also, Steve recently acquired a penthouse in a new luxury building in the Rose Hill area near Kips Bay in New York City. This building features modern amenities and provides its residents with stunning views of the Empire State Building. The specific penthouse that Steve purchased boasts 4 rooms and bathrooms, large living spaces with floor-to-floor ceiling windows, and a spacious outdoor area, making it ideal for both living and entertaining. Similarly, Steve made a splash in the Los Angeles real estate scene a while back. He owned a stunning 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom home positioned beautifully above the Sunset Strip, which he put on the market for $6.25 million in 2009. The house boasted incredible views over a pool and was designed to offer a serene escape in the heart of the bustling city. This real estate move is just one example of how Steve's successful career in film and television has afforded him the luxury of owning prime property in one of the most coveted areas of Los Angeles. So, while we might not have tales of lavish villas or exotic holiday homes to share about, Steve Buscemi's lifestyle is a testament to a different kind of luxury, one that values substance, comfort, and a deep connection to one's origins and community. With Steve's secretive nature, you'd bet there isn't much information available publicly about the cars he owns. And yes, you'd be right. Unlike many celebrities who often have high-profile brand endorsements, Steve appears to maintain a lower profile in this regard. His career, characterized by a wide array of character roles, has not typically shown him to be a fan of luxury. Instead, Steve seems to focus more on his acting, directing, and philanthropic efforts. This approach is in line with his public persona, which tends to shy away from the commercial spotlight and luxury. Given his successful career and respected reputation in Hollywood, it's clear that Steve could pursue such opportunities if he chose to. However, his choice to prioritize his craft and causes over a fleet of luxury cars speaks to his commitment to authenticity and depth in his professional and personal pursuits. Speaking of craft and causes, Steve might be known for his eclectic film roles, but off-screen, he's also a dedicated philanthropist, leveraging his success to give back in meaningful ways. His career success has not only made him a recognizable face, but also provided him with the platform and resources to support causes that are close to his heart. One of the most striking examples of his commitment to philanthropy is his connection to the firefighting community. After the tragic events of September the 11th, he returned to his old firehouse to volunteer, helping firefighters sift through the rubble of the World Trade Center. His support for firefighters didn't stop there. He continues to advocate for better health services and benefit of firefighters and their families. Additionally, his commitment to this cause is evident in his regular participation in rallies aimed at preventing the closure of fire stations, highlighting his dedication to public service and community issues. Steve's activism once led to his arrest in 2003 during a protest. He was detained along with several others while demonstrating against the closure of firehouses. This incident underscores his willingness to stand up for what he believes in, even if it means facing legal consequences. Beyond his work with firefighters, Steve has supported various other causes. He's been involved with organizations that focus on disease awareness and has participated in celebrity fundraisers for disaster relief and disease research. Steve has also been active in advocating for the arts. He uses his platform to support independent film through participation in film festivals and contributions to non-profit organizations that mentor young filmmakers. This advocacy is crucial in providing resources and opportunities for new voices in the industry. Steve's successful acting and directing career has not only provided him with a platform, but also the financial means to support these causes effectively. His fame allows him to reach a wide audience, bringing attention and resources to the issues he champions. Through public appearances, documentary work, and direct advocacy, he actively contributes to the betterment of communities and industries he cares about deeply. By choosing to focus on community-oriented causes and leveraging his celebrity status for good, Steve exemplifies how success in the entertainment industry can translate into impactful philanthropic endeavors. His actions show a deep commitment to giving back to communities and supporting causes that both improve lives and enrich the cultural landscape. In essence, Steve is an example of how an individual can use their success and visibility to promote change and support the communities and professions that shape them. Steve remains active both on-screen and off-screen. Recently, he's been involved in various projects and public appearances. Notably, he visited the Spring Break Art Show in New York in 2023, where he interacted with the work of his late wife, Jo Andres, showcasing his ongoing connection to the art world and his personal life. Moreover, Steve continues to engage in the film industry, participating in film festivals like Tribeca 2023 and featuring in new film projects, such as The Year Between. His commitment to his craft and his varied roles across both film and television demonstrate that Steve stays extremely busy, due to how he channels his unique talent into a wide array of characters and stories. And, just so you know, Steve still has his hands in multiple pies. Best believe his $35 million net worth will increase exponentially in the coming years. While staying busy due to workload, Steve also stays busy to avoid controversy. Most celebrities of Steve's status have been plagued by controversy one way or the other. But unlike many of his peers in Hollywood, he's largely steered clear of personal controversies. His career has been relatively smooth, without major public disputes or scandals, which is somewhat rare in the entertainment industry. The few times Steve has made headlines for reasons other than his performances have typically involved his advocacy work or minor incidents. For instance, he was once stabbed during a bar fight in 2001 while intervening in a scuffle, which also involved actor Vince Vaughn. This incident, while serious, didn't lead to any ongoing controversy for Steve, and is often cited as an example of his willingness to help others, even in dangerous situations. Overall, Steve is admired for both his body of work and his character, maintaining a positive public image that has kept him mostly out of the negative spotlight. It is evident that Steve has built a remarkable career by being true to himself and picking roles that highlight his unique talents. From his early days as a firefighter to becoming a celebrated actor and director, his path shows that embracing your individuality can lead to success. As he continues to take on diverse and challenging roles, we hope that he keeps us on tippy toes.